Hello, viewers of Elliott Wave. Today is Saturday, the 12th of April. It's a lovely Saturday morning here in where I live, and we're taking a look. We're gonna be taking a look at the Dow. The last video, which was also the first video on the Dow, did pretty well. So I figured I continue to update it, and as you can see, we are transitioning from TradingView to this new platform, which you can find at tradinglounge.com. No, I'm not an affiliate. I don't make money. This is part of a paid subscription. Don't ask me how I have it, but just enjoy it. So I just wanted to let you know where you can find it if you're interested. Okay, so enough nonsense. So you're looking at my preferred long-term count. Okay, now there's data. If I just need to go on the monthly to show you the extra data, okay, to load. Okay, 1, 2. Grand super cycle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, same as last time. Okay, but today we're not gonna take a look at the long-term count like we did last time. So if you want to go more in depth on the long-term count, perhaps go watch the previous video on the Dow, which you find on the channel. We're gonna take a look at what's happening here. Okay, so namely from the 09 low up until today. Okay. So here we're on the daily. Before we go into the technicals, if you've been around the markets, you've probably seen that we bounced this towards the later end of the week after Trump's announcement of a suspension of tariffs. Now, the big question, right, is the bottom in place? You guys know my answer. I have no clue. If I knew, I wouldn't be here. What I can say is we're going to investigate it here on the Dow. Obviously, we're going to continue to bring the updates for the rest of the instruments that I cover here on the channel. The Nasdaq, the S&P, the top 7 stocks in the Nasdaq, so the Magnificent 7 in a way, some of them at least, and then some others, so on and so forth. And it really, it's a matter of, I mean, we could just like we couldn't, obviously. And, you know, I have scenarios, I have accounts that suggest we could have found the bottom. I have counts that suggest the bottom is yet to be in place. Okay, which one is it? I don't know, but I'm prepared for both. So I said everything and nothing at the same time, which is, I guess it's I don't know, maybe it's a trick of mine. Anyways, as you can see, my preferred count on the Dow are enough nonsense. It's a 1, 2 with the 2020 lows. Down in A, up in B, down in C. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now, is this extremely bullish? I guess it depends on what you think, what you define as extremely. But it's a Dow. It's an American index. It's the same story as usual, right, guys? If you were in 1930 and you were forecasting 10,000% gain up to the next 10 years, they would have laughed at you, yet it happened. So that's what I'm trying to say. Now, what can I say? So before we dive into this count here, so this wave 1 and 2, which is what we're going to be focusing on today on the intraday, I just wanted to show you my preferred bearish alternative, and that would suggest we have cycle wave 5 in place. However, let me tell you something, people. If we have cycle wave 5 in place, we would need to correct, okay? Pay attention. We need to correct all the move from the 1942 low here, okay? So we would need to correct all this move. Is that realistic? Yes. It's gonna happen. I have no clue. But definitely I would expect a even stronger move to the downside. Okay. So I don't know. I don't see that being. I don't know. It could happen. It could happen. It's also possible that I should probably make another. Wait, give me a second. Okay. It's also possible that. Okay, we have a wave 1 and 2 here. Okay, so this would be primary, let's see if we can subdivide it. No, couldn't find it. Okay, okay. A 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this is more realistic. I mean, they're both possible, so I shouldn't really tell. But this is also possible, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up in 1, down in 2, maybe all the way back down to the 2020 lows. It's possible. Now, this would be a pretty significant move down. Let me look for, where's the ruler? This would be a 50%-ish drop, which, I mean, if you think about it, 50% actually. It's pretty much the same as the 08, 09 low. So for this wave 2, maybe it would be nicer in terms of structure, in terms of proportions, sorry, to potentially go all the way down here to the 2022 lows so it would be a 30 to 35% retracement. But, you know, you never, oopsie, why? Okay, it's this, sorry. You never know until you know, right? But I think this is also possible. So let's call it, and we're gonna investigate these two today, okay? This is the most bearish of 5 done. This, which we're gonna call primary 1 done. Okay, perfect. Now, enough nonsense. Let's dive into it. Okay, so let's begin with my preferred count. Perfect. Okay. Should I? Okay. So let's see if we can automatically sub-label it. Otherwise, it's on trading view. I just, what the hell is happening? Okay. So here, kind of many ways. Just gonna label it like this. Okay. So here, I believe, see, I had it, wait a second. So let's do this. Okay, so you guys can see better. So how do we count this? Good question. So maybe a 1, a B, I think I had it as a 2, 3, 4, up in 5. Was that it? So this would be minute. Was that it? Now, one thing I like about this platform, that if I do ratio analysis, 3 with 1, I automatically get my ratio. So, what about 5d3? Okay, so what I don't like about this count, there's no real extension, is it? 3 is a bit longer than 1, and 5 is 0.618 times 3. So no real extension. So that's usually a bit suspicious. Let me tell you that. Now this is how you could where is this? No. Okay, so I think I need to talk. Okay. Where is this? Right there. Okay, perfect. So, sorry people. I think I need to do this so it automatically. Wait, what has just happened? Sorry, just give me a second. My apologies. Okay, perfect. So here, WXY, ABC, that could be an ABC. Yeah, ABC. Let's see what. Okay, ABC, nicely. The same. Okay, now how would you decompose it? Okay, I can't. So here, I guess the way we had it last time around was something like this. Now the big question is, I mean, I would assume you were asking, you're wondering, is do we have a bottom in place? That's a good question, isn't it? So first things first, okay? How do we decompose this wave 5? Because what is wrong with my mouse? Sorry, people. I have no idea what's wrong with my mouse. Okay. Perfect. So I would probably label it as an anti-diagonal here. And diagonal. Okay. Perfect. Nicely. Okay. So what I want to say is ratios. Okay. So many times, as you guys know, many times wave C is as long as wave 1. Sorry, as wave A. Here is 2.618 times. So extended C, which many times it could be some sort of a, I don't know, a red flag. And trust me, I've seen many red flags, and I'm not talking about the stock market. So I know what I'm talking about. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3. I guess the most logical count would be this one. Minuet. Okay. A, B, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 5, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I'm probably thinking, what the hell is this guy saying? Which is reasonable. I get that a lot. I think it's also fascinating how we perfectly bottom at 2.618. I mean, I don't know if we bottom, but we bounced is the right word. Okay, so we're gonna investigate this in just a second. So this is possible. This is possible. So the only odd thing is this ratio C against A. But at the end of the day, you know, this wave C extended after the tariffs, because before the tariffs, it was we were here, okay? Before the tariffs, okay? After the tariffs, it extended. So news driven, which is okay, but in a way it makes sense. Now, a pretty interesting thing though would be, what's the ratio between this wave 2 and minor wave 2, okay? And what I'll say is, if we drop lower, if we make another low, I will not call this a wave 2, okay? So, because, and I'll tell you why, because if it is 1 less degree and we are within a wave 3, I want to see explosiveness to the upside. So unless we now resume higher and we do it strongly with, you know, strong bullish evidence, I don't think this is a wave 2. It doesn't fit the narrative, okay? And look at this. It's almost as long as this wave 2, which is 1 higher degree. So it doesn't really fit the yellow wave narrative in terms of relationships, ratios, so on and so forth. So that's what I'll say. If we have a bottom, okay, I'm fine with calling it wave 2. Otherwise, we're gonna revise the count and we're gonna take a look at the alternate in just a second. Now, before we do so, as promised, so let's see if I do this. So as promised, let's go straight on the hourly. Okay, perfect. Okay, I'm just looking at the waves. Okay, so here. So I guess the big, and I've seen this in nearly all major stocks, tech stocks. Obviously, this is the Dow, but how do we count this as 5? Okay. I know it's nearly impossible unless you count it as 1, 2, okay, unless you count it as 1, 2, and then you're like, oh, well, actually, could be 3 here, 4 here, in the making, and 5, up for a wave, this would be probably this degree, okay, unless you count it like this is not impulsive. So the best guess is, probably, obviously that's my opinion, it's probably waiting for this. and look for a 3-wave move. Otherwise, I know, not looking too bullish. But many times that's what wave ones do, okay? Many times wave ones don't really look impulsive, because after all, think about it. We're coming off a pretty significant downtrend, okay? Pretty significant down move. So it kind of makes sense. Market is not clear. So you could go behind the psychology of why that is, but we're not going to do that right now. But it makes sense, okay? So that's all I'll say about this count. Now, what we're going to do is we hide it, which is what we just did, and we look at the alternative. Okay, sorry. What has just happened? Why? Okay, this is something very weird. I think I found a bug. Okay, so I definitely say this wasn't supposed to happen. Let's try to go back on the daily. Okay, so I guess we'll do this. Why is this empty then? Okay. Well, it's not very much okay, but sands back. Okay, what is this? This probably goes in primary one done, which at this point it's wrong. My apologies, people. Okay, so here's what I wanted to say. So let's look at the alternative, okay? So with the alternative, and so let's call it at this point preferred, and let's call this primary one done. Okay. Again, I don't believe it. No, okay. This is correct. I don't, what the? Okay, people, so that's my apologies. I think I found a bug. Okay, so, sorry, I'll end here. We'll do it next time. Thank you for watching, people. My apologies. I'm deeply sorry. And I will see you tomorrow. Have a great Saturday.